don't think they'll have it.
Yeah, I mean, there's little bits of engage for KC, right? Aurora ulting in, getting the slow turns out with the follow-up for the knockup.
There we
There's the
go.
Zoe. As we said, 9th most played across Shayek's career. 71% win rate on it when his average win rate is 55%.
That's pretty good. I mean, Thresh provides some safety towards the Aphelios, but the Karma as well. Like, there's really not a lot here that Targamas can lock in to help them.
I'm really worried if I'm Thresh and I'm looking at this comp.
Yeah.
Because like, you stun yourself when you go for a hook, and there is so many ways to poke you while you're trying to step up. You are a Lantern bot, and you can do work in the lane. Like a good hook onto the Tarm Kentra, onto the Jhin early doors, you can put some damage down, but from that Spell Thief, Smite going down, it's Linces that secures it, then he dashes in with the Arctic Assault. The play back onto him means he has to flash. Wind becomes lightning and Linces becomes dead. The follow-up onto Kazi as well with a Q3, it's 2 already! 2 KC and they're looking for more. Tongue Lash from Fleshy. Stops Yikes advances, but once again, KC come out early game and they come out strong. The Gravitum down onto Kazi, can look for the root, but won't decide to use that enhanced Q. Targamas wasn't going to go for the hook. There we go.
Yike is here.
They put the Lantern behind, and Fleshy's the one who's caught out. Does have the flash, has thick skin as well. Doesn't use either. Fleshy falls for the 3rd kill in the game. Shayek looking for a bubble. Only hits onto a minion. This is going to look for the steal. Yeah, with Shayek has 6. Puts the bubble down onto Vladdy. They're looking for the smite fight. The Drake currently at 2,000. Abyssal dive forward by Fleshy, but immediately played back to flash away from Targamas. Linces on the Drake, has that permafrost propped on it. And should be able to get the smite. KC disengage. Good job from Vitality to force them off the Drake. But Vladdy can't find him. Yike waiting around the corner here. Wind becomes lightning. Across the veil goes Vladdy. You're not going to be able to find too much more. Glacial Prison will get the slow deadly flourish. Deny Vitality, at least a few minions. Kazi's going to try and get his way across here. Targamas the target. Deadly Flourish going to land. He puts down the box. Now needs to flash the wall and manages to do so.
But look how patient Vitality are playing this bottom side of the map. There's no overcommitment. Now it's KC who feel forced to start it because they know they're just taking so much poke from Vitality.
The curtain's open. Kalista takes 1 bullet. And the next one goes into Yike, who's stunned up. Crescent Guard coming out. He takes a quick nap in the river and takes the Lantern out of it. Manages to escape. Kalista, new target though, as Fleshy tries to get on top of him. Kazi coming in from the side as well. Kalista has both his summoners, so should be able to escape any clutches of Vitality. Linces though still looking for the dive here. Vladdy goes between worlds and dashes away, dodges away from the bubble. Kalista sitting on purple-blue. Gravitum Infernum. The hook landing from Targamas. Glacial Prison's going to follow him up. There's the Deadly Flourish and pop goes the Thresh. Taken out by Shayek and Vitality. Shayek flashing away. Linces doing the same. The Infernum with the Moonlight Vigil, not enough from Kalist to get through Vitality. Deadly Flourish dodged away.
See if Targamas maybe is the target there.
Oh! Yeah, okay.
He's gone.
Okay, Deadly Flourish coming out as well. He's not going to dive. Had to start out. Shayek dodging away from the death sentence and is devoured by Fleshy to make sure. Keeping Kalist topped up as well. That Severum helping out a ton as Shayek tries to put the damage across the wall. Fleshy looking for an Abyssal Voyage. Rifthold used to charge away, but Yike is dismounted, dashes back in, exhausted immediately. Fleshy with the thick skin, not enough. And Kalist will begin to open up. There's the Mikhails from Targamas to keep Kalist safe. A good hook landing onto Linces. Nako now joining the party. The KC will settle for 1 and then walk towards the Drake.
As the rest of KC barrel down mid.
And KC looking for mid push. Now they're going to start to collapse. Kana still half HP, does have the all out, can try and separate Linces from the fight. The death sentence dodged, Yike dumping in, Crescent Guard out, Linces lands the smite. Alicon goes over to Vitality, Linces needs to get the hell out of there. They're all retreating, the curtain's open though. Bubble onto Kalist, but it gets cleansed off immediately. The curtain's not enough. The root lands, Infernum, Moonlight Vigil will not chunk out to Vitality.
Having the ability to set up for Nako. Oh, hang on, Kana. No, he's going to be alright put. And then Shayek to be able to fling damage over the wall.
Nako, it's a death sentence, a Lantern to follow it. They're going to give it over to Kalist, who happily accepts the gold, and perhaps the mid lane tower alongside it. Fleshy looking for this. Linces coming in, has that Glacial Prison. Kalist still has the cleanse, death sentence wide. Kazi with the Deadly Flourish. Yike, Mikhails immediately through the Glacial Prison.
Vitality now have to face check.
Yeah, Linces and Fleshy going to face check towards the top side. Death sentence landing, but a cleanse stolen away by Shayek. Now Kana is on top of the Zoe. He slept. KC turn off towards Fleshy, the first target all on his lonesome. Cleanse from Kazi. Moonlight Vigil coming out as well. The Graviton, he can get the root. Yike's going to go for the chase, but flashes and misses. The wind becomes lightning. Still dashes forward with an audacious charge. Kazi trying to run for the hills. The fourth shot movement speed won't be enough to save him. He trades though for the enemy jungler, and that's Baron off the menu. The shot down for Kazi. Lince's trying to run, trying to escape. A good shot blast from Nako. Death sentence wide. KC still on the advance. Lince's trying to get away, trying to use his top lane as some sort of support, and he might even escape. Kana still chasing the blast go, and Tofo's enough. The flash from Kana into the knockback, enough to kill off the pig. Nako would be donezo. Nako steps into the bush afterwards, has to burn the flash. Yike there for the follow-up. Nako down, Casey get another. Vitality have to walk into some darkness. They have a couple of wards just outside of the pit. Vladdy going to chunk out Linces a little bit, who's trying to get in here. The hook doesn't connect. Linces flashes into the pit, and immediately KC turn, but Linces burns down the Baron. The hook lands. Flashy with a cleanse away. Kazi running for the hills. They just need to get these Barons out alive. Kazi and Shayak will survive with them, but now Yike still chasing forward, but can't find anything more. They're still in a commanding position, perhaps a little bit more of a struggle. Now they lost that Baron, but there's only a minute remaining on it as Yike jumps forward onto Linces, has the GA at his back to heal him up. Between worlds goes Vladdy. The weirding doesn't connect, but it's Kana who's hit with the Glacial Prison and just takes the lantern out. KC disengaged the fight.
But they had the tools, they had the major cooldowns, but now
Linces hooked immediately. He's going to be devoured by flashes. They try and get him out. Knocked back by the Intofos, perfectly timed by Kana. And there's two more to add into that death note. Make it a third as Kazi falls. Shayak left standing, but for how much longer? Pops the exhaust onto Vladdy, uses the cleanse, takes the blast cone, dashes away. Vitality are looking for the mid lane tower at least. They land asleep onto Targamas, but the weirding enough to take out Shayak. Nako now running, but with 30 seconds left on the rest of his team, what base will he be running back to? Shayak looking for any angle that he can land a Sleepy Trouble Bubble from, but they're just not opening up for him. Kalis absolutely melts the tower. Kazi gobbled up by Fletchy, spat back out towards KC. The redemption down, Kazi will be healed up by it. Nako TPing in, but this is triple in here now for Carmine Corp.
Vitality are desperately trying to hold on, but their base is in tatters. And KC have their sights set on Madrid, have their sights set on that next match that can get them to Worlds.
KC will take the Baron. Vitality, I mean, are they even going to be able to step in here before it's gone?
They're trying.
Yeah, but Kano on the front line between worlds. The sleep on Vladdy, almost enough to take him out, but he dodges away. Kalis kills off Kazi. Vladdy almost fell for it, but Vitality get the Baron. Sorry, KC get the Baron, Vitality get nothing. And now KC will march down with a man advances. Shayak being chased away by Kana. I don't think he's going to be able to get back in time. Does have the TP, but Kana continues to hound him and harass him in that blue side jungle. Yep, Shayak is down. It's 3v5 the defense for Vitality, but they just don't have the wave clear. KC, they took game one personally. They'll be going to Madrid. We'll see who they face on Monday. Vitality, their season ends here. KC continue to build the blue wall.
Questions were raised, and KC answered them with a resounding roar. Phenomenal games to end out this series for KC.